All right, thank you for staying with us. We're moving swiftly now to talking about digital skills, improving tech skills. And this time around, we're looking at technology being one of the most important tools that makes problem solving easier. The need to invest in digital literacy has become more paramount than ever before. Now, one of the fastest ways to join the team of tech-savvy individuals is through Getbundi, an education technology platform for STEM and digital skills. STEM subject covers 6 years of post-primary education, which will have a revision for competitive examinations and a daily online live session for GSS 3 and SS3, as well as coding classes on Saturdays. Now, the digital skills section has 20 digital skill programs like cybersecurity, coding, artificial intelligence, and the likes. Well, joining us in the studio to tell us more about this digital course is the founder of Getbundi Education Technology, Osita Okparugo. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Right. When we're talking about digital skills, there is a huge deficit in this part of the world. A report said about 50% of Nigerians, or even more, are not so digitally savvy or educated technologically as it is. How much concern is that for you? I know that's the reason why you set up Getbundi in the first place, even though it's a Pan-African thing. But talk to us how much concern you are having with regards to re-transitioning into embracing technology.
Yeah, so the problem is more difficult than you think.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So when you say 50%, what of the 50% of Nigerians are you talking about? So supposedly we are 200 million people, and we have 100 million people that are not educated. So that means we have 100 left. Are you saying that 50% of the other 50%, that's about 50 million, is what is digitally savvy? No. I mean, I'm not sure also if you read our record, our survey. We put out a survey last year, and it was a national survey. Out of 1,000 Nigerian youth corpus, 85% of them have no form of digital skill at all, except the use of social media, which, of course, my mom uses TikTok. So it's not, it's not a digital skill. Do you
really?
Get? So yes, it is difficult. And let me say this to you, it is beyond what we think. Our economy is hurting, and it's going to hurt the more if Nigeria do not embrace STEM from post-primary education and then rejig the entire tertiary education curriculum to focus on science, technology, and innovation. If we don't do that now, take my word, in the next 5 years, banks will not find a cybersecurity analyst, they can't find a data scientist. The good ones are leaving, and the ones that are here have no skill at all.
So we need to come back to this issue, Theophilus. Hold on, please. You said using all these social media platforms is not being tech savvy. I mean, how do you mean? For me to use it, doesn't that mean that I have some knowledge of using it?
Invariably saying that you don't have a tech skill.
No, I'm trying to speak the minds of the majority of persons here. Now, it's not about me per se. It's about people who think that using these platforms for which they are making money is having a tech skills. And you're saying that that's not it at all. Please clear our doubts and make us understand better. Really?
Okay, so let's break it down, okay?
Right.
And then look at tech skills, the skill sets.
Right.
All right? Your social media can only fall under digital marketing. Digital marketing is where your social media may fall under. So you won't find your social media as a digital skill set in coding, in web development, data science, data analytics, cybersecurity, AI, you won't find it there. Okay? So, but then, if you appreciate all of us being social media savvy as having skills, right? In real life situation,
Right.
what is the percentage of productivity of social media in everyday technological world?
Okay, so you earlier talked about the fact that people are leaving.
Yes.
Tech people, cybersecurity analysts are leaving the country with
Yes.
the jackpot syndrome because a lot of them probably got remote work and decided to just move to the country of origin. But looking at all of this, are you concerned about the fact that many more youths are not getting the adequate training to cover up for the lack or the movement of people to other countries?
So that's why we set up Getbundi. But let's look at it. We have to. So I'll use a simple analogy, right? So let's say we wake up this morning and we find a baby in the pool or the stream, a baby, right? Oh my goodness, look at that baby. You go, you get the baby, you put out. The next morning, you come there, you find 4 or 5 babies. You get them, you pull out. The next morning, you come again, you find 10. You get them, you pull out. Come on, how many times are you going to get into the stream or your pool to get the babies out? Smart thinking will be, what is causing these babies to jump into the pool? What is bringing them into the stream? So that is the root cause. So for Nigeria to fix the problem, we have to look at the root cause. So what is the root cause of our inability to train our people or our people to embrace science, technology, and innovation? The root cause is simple. The post-primary education is flawed. People do not appreciate science, technology, and innovation from the university level. You have to like mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry.
Which we don't like in this.
You have to like it at the secondary school
level
for you to be able to pursue a career on it in the university. Let me give you a statistic. Check it out, right? Only 20% of Africans who go into the university each year pursue careers in sciences.
Right.
Another one. Less than 10% of graduates in tertiary education across sub-Saharan Africa have any form of digital skill set.
What do you think is the cause or the problem mitigating against young people not learning physics, chemistry, biology? And some of them even learning it and going to university and learning a different course entirely.
Because they didn't understand it, or if they understood it, they didn't appreciate it, or if they appreciated it, they don't understand the end game. What is the job role?
I see. Perhaps this is why you were advocating that perhaps we should start learning in our languages as it is.
Correct. So you see, we preach that. That's one of our offerings, right? That's what we have started. On Getbundi platform, we are teaching 6 digital skill sets in Pidgin English.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And in fact, by the last quarter of 2025, we are going to have 20 digital skill sets in French, in Swahili, in Pidgin English. In fact, right now, we do have a professional video editing course in Yoruba language.
That's interesting.
So if you're to give us a quick course in Pidgin English on AI,
yes,
I'm just interested in hearing how you want to teach us in Pidgin English.
So listen.
Okay.
We are not now, these are 2 things. Understanding, all right? Understanding the subject matter is different than communicating in the subject matter. When you come to AI, then you look at what everybody is talking about now, ChatGPT.
Yes.
What does GPT mean? Generative pre-trained transformers.
Okay.
So it's generative, it's pre-trained, it's a transformer.
Now you're training us
key,
good in Queen's English.
I'm coming. Calm down. Calm down.
Calm
down.
I'm following you.
Calm down. So the key there is pre-trained. Leave the generative, leave the transformers because that's how it's transmitted, right? The key is pre-trained.
Okay.
So which language are they using to pre-train the transformers that you use as your AI, we are going to change the language of the training to Pidgin English.
Okay.
So in that way, the subject matter will remain the same, but the understanding of the participant will change and be grounded.
Yes.
If I say to you, I'm an Igbo boy, right? So I can remember vividly everything my mom tried to teach me when I first went overseas on how to cook, because she was saying it in Igbo. But if I go to do it or explain it to my friends, I explain it in English. Listen, Germans don't learn digital skill sets in English. They learn it in Germany. They transform it into English to teach you and I. Chinese people don't learn digital skill set in English. It is high time Africa recognizes that teaching people in their mother tongue. In fact, the World Bank is advocating it now. Teaching people in their mother tongue, in their original language, enhances their understanding and participation in that field.
Right. So let's get back to the issue now. We are no longer on it. So we've got, so teach us now in Pidgin English. ChatGPT or which one?
Well, anyone, any of the field is AI.
Yeah. So
just a quick one.
So what do you want make I teach you? What
you have just told us in ChatGPT.
Yeah, about ChatGPT.
So, about ChatGPT. So what did I tell you? Yeah, I've been saying the P, the G, yeah, not generative. Yeah.
Okay.
The P, now the language where they take codam. So we want make we begin to use broken English, Pidgin English, make we decode them. That's not my field.
Obviously. But it is said that when you teach in your mother tongue, and you have to translate in English, the meaning, the actual meaning is lost
at some point.
At some point, because you're trying to give it a different meaning from what it actually is. But how far can this go? Teaching in our local languages, local parlance, can this go in ensuring that young people who go about learning digital skills, tech skills, can improve better?
Or even embrace it.
No, so generally here, right, what our platform does, right, it's not that as it is today that we are saying, oh, no, let's get to teach everybody today in their mother tongue. No, no, no. This is like a way of saying, let's gradually, you know what I mean, introduce this as a support to what we'll have now, depending on the understanding and appreciation of our young people. But that's not the root cause. The root cause is that post-primary education, I go back to it, is the last schooling most Nigerians will receive before they go into the workforce, secondary school.
Yeah.
And for us to have a secondary school curriculum that is STEM-enabled, that is STEM-focused, will help us put the right people into the workforce. That's why we created Getbundi and started the courses from post-primary education before we got into the digital skill sets. But if you, so how much, I put this to you, right? How much do you think India as a country, will make or makes in a year from people from Nigeria and all over the world hiring Indian tech workers and paying them?
Right.
So we say we have
making a lot.
We say we have okay, so in Africa, let's look at these numbers. By 2030, Africa will have young people between 18 and 40 years, close to 600 million. If we are able to teach just 20% of 600 million people digital skill set, and they stay back in Africa and don't japa, why are they japa? They are japa because they want to make money. But if you stay back in Lagos and the company in the US hires you and pay you $3,000, $4, $5, even $1,000 at 1.3 million right now, do you think that individual will japa?
No.
They will remain here. So what we are saying to the government of Nigeria and African government is, listen, it's high time we begin to develop our youth with various digital skill sets, because 9 out of 10 jobs in the next 10 years must revolve around the digital space.
Right.
If we do that, they may not live here, they will be here, support the government, support themselves, support the government, and support in building a better continent for everyone.
Okay. So we are looking at, we've seen several platforms come to talk about this matter of digital skills and literacy. I'm wondering what makes Getbundi different from all others that are trying to look at how we can bridge that gap. And I'm wondering what the difference is. That's on the one hand. Then on the other hand, we are looking at 2030, a target government has set to ensure that we have about 95% of Nigerians digitally literate. So how far or how can Getbundi bring about closing that gap? Are we also looking at collaborating with other subnational state governments, the federal government, to ensure that we close this gap?
Okay, so one is the difference. There are platforms that offer digital training. But majority of these platforms, right, are platforms that are from the West, okay? So you look at the likes of Coursera, Udemy, Allison, just to mention like a few, right? And you see the engagement. People get in and they get out, right? But about 70% of Africans who sign into these courses don't complete it. They don't complete it because the way we understand is different. The way we learn is different from the way they learn in the West. Majority of these Africans who go to these platforms to learn digital skill sets may not even have used a computer properly before.
Right.
So they log in midway into the course, they're lost. But this is what we have done with Getbundi. You sign up for a coding course. It's a 9-month course. The first 1 month, you have all the courses on the platform for you to just go and learn. You play around it. It's a preparatory month for you just to get yourself into the groove, right? The next 5 months, you have 3 weeks, 3 courses, life lessons every week, 3 times a week for the next 5 months. So we have individuals, facilitators, tutors across the globe who will handhold you and walk you through, transforming your knowledge into a skill so you understand what we have set out to teach you. So that 5 months is very crucial.
So it's entirely online.
It's entirely online, yes.
I think that might be a problem because I've seen a lot of, I've covered a lot of tech stories. I've seen a lot of young people who say online doesn't work for them because some have to work and they have to concentrate on work. And when they get home, probably because of the traffic and all of that, they get tired. And so one is the fact that it's online, some prefer it, some prefer it offline, and also the cost of learning these skills.
So the cost is what we will come to because that's what one of the things
Let's come to it now because our time is up.
Okay, so that's one of the things we mitigated. But on our platform is flexible. So we have a community where people bring works together. So people can always agree to come to terms on when and how they work. Okay. Because we have people who are on standby on those communities to help them navigate around their work time. And on the cost, okay, so we've looked at it and we say, hey, guy, listen, for us to scale and for us to be a plus, to add value to the system, it has to be at an affordable cost so more people can get this key so they can support the country and they can even pay installmentally, and it's about 300,000.
So you just go online, type Getbundi, and you find it.
Yeah, you just go online, type Getbundi, someone is there to support you, and you're on the platform.
But I asked earlier, the 2030 targets, 95%, would we get there?
I doubt.
Right.
I doubt if we will get there. Being realistic is a whole lot to do. But with a lot of collaboration from the government, the private sector, the public sector come together, we may, but I doubt it.
Okay, we'll leave the conversation here now. Osita Oparugo, founder of Getbundi Education Technology. Thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
All right. Now, as Nigerians settle into the